And I think we're live. Almost. Waiting for my other screen to click here. Hi, everybody. If you're out there, there we go. Now I'm seeing it on both. How's everybody? We've had just quite a great
You're
couple
echoing, Bob.
Really, I don't know why. I have everything turned off on my end here. I have nothing else on. Hello? Still echoing? No? Yeah?
1 second.
Okay. Good. No echo now? All right. I got everything turned off over here. I didn't know if that was causing it. Hello, everybody in the chat there. Rick Williamson, Buckeye Drones. Hello there, buddy. Good to see you. We've got such a we're working on an incredible Las Vegas drone meetup here over the next few days. But as you can see, I've got the SkyRover everything on at the moment here. We had a great time, Tom and I, and 3 young ladies from the Lady Droners group. We all got to see NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters show. It was a great show. We went and we spent an entire day there. Here, let's get Tom up. Hey, Tom. Yeah. So I don't got no audio there. Tom, you're muted.
There we go, Bob. Bob is touching too many things in the back. Bob, Bob, show me those hands, Bob. No. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Yay.
Everybody in chat. Good to see everyone. A lot of familiar faces.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and we went out with Desiree. Okay.
Yep.
Cindy and Deb. Okay. So we were out, and by the way, those 3 are also on our board. That our committee that puts together the Vegas Drone Meetup. We'll talk about more about that later on. But
yeah,
no, what a great show, Bob. Right? I mean, we had some ups and downs. We'll hit on those, but but a lot
we
to
ran
see and
into
do.
a lot of friends.
A lot of friends.
Yep.
Some very influential YouTubers. Okay, some great cinematographers. NAB, by the way, is the National Association of Broadcasters, and it's a show where anything to do with broadcasting, okay, anything to do with creative content, cinematography,
it used to be just broadcast, real network broadcast.
It used to be just the broadcast engineers.
Yeah.
Okay, and you had to be a card-carrying broadcast engineer to get in.
Yeah. Now it's opened up to YouTubers and to content creators of all kinds. And it's really interesting.
Well, if you think about it, Bob, I mean, remember the shows of the past, right?
Yeah.
Computer Expo, PC Expo,
right?
And remember Photo Expo, and Photo Expo was huge. At least we had a huge one at the Javits. I know there was one on the West Coast, but you really, other than what WPPI and maybe the Professional Photographers of America might have a conference, but I think a lot of that like Photo Expo stuff got rolled in also, because you had the biggies there. You had Nikon, you had Canon, you had Sony, you had and then you see
got a spot.
What about GoPro with the interchangeable lens system?
Yeah, there was a lot of things that we saw. Yeah, new.
So when you think also that, hey, I haven't seen one of these vendors like release anything noteworthy. Well, sometimes, just like for CES, they'll wait for NAB, and that was evident this year, Bob. There were a lot of, hey, we're gonna wait until that day, and released that product, and we saw some pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah, you know, I had a good conversation with GoPro, which you know, I've never even owned a GoPro, you know, kind of thing. And I mean, but they have had a just kind of a, they're really working on a resurgence, and seeing this camera, a little tiny GoPro with a replaceable, changeable lens on the front face of it. I mean, you can now adapt. You could adapt Nikon and Canon lenses to this little GoPro. So I mean, if you're already a photographer, and I mean, it looks like a pretty wild piece of instant creativity, you know, that you could, you know,
using a micro 4/3 mount, okay, lens mount, and it's quite capable. 8K 30, 4K 120 to start with. They believe firmware updates will up those numbers. So, you know, I mean, there's what we saw was pretty significant.
Yeah.
And the Mission Pro starts at $699. And then, of course, I mean, this thing can wind up becoming, you know, a monster, because you can wind up mounting this on a Ronin, okay, putting a studio monitor on it, putting a, you know, focus follow. You can, you know, there's just so much you can do with this, and you can grow with this.
Interesting turn here.
It was an interesting thing to see, and you know, it makes sense for them to try to continue to expand that market. Yeah, there's still a lot of GoPro users out there.
Yeah. And so, should we talk about DJI?
Well, you know, we talked about highs and lows, right, Bob? And I gotta say,
a unique experience.
It was. There were so many contradictions. You know, it was. DJI without a single drone on display.
No drones.
Not a single drone. Okay.
But a pretty good size staff and a good size booth. I mean, they were a sizable presence on the show floor.
They're not going away.
No. And, you know, but had all of the, you know, Ronins, all of the different gimbals, all the
Hasselblad glass that they
all
had
the glass, all the, you know, lots
the power
of
units, and they
lots
even
of
had
other
the Power
things to
1000.
see. No Pocket 4s
Mini
on the floor. You know, no anything else there. You know, I think this is a horrible thing going on right now with this Pocket 4, because if I'm understanding this, the only FCC reason is because there's a signal between the wireless microphone and the camera unit, and that would be the only reason that the FCC would have gotten involved. And we understand that they've already been approved and then unapproved. Is that right?
Well, not unapproved. Now, you got to make sure you use the right government speak here, okay? It's hold.
We're all learning government speak.
Okay?
Yes.
And that is, well, you know, it's the Tower of Babel. When you learn what these terms mean, the government will change them on you. Okay, but it's, you know, it's a hold situation, and that's why we can't get the before. But if you look at the marketplace, what's happening, like DJI's booth was significant. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. On one side of their booth was the anti-gravity booth, and on the other side of their booth was the Insta360 booth. Okay, so there was plenty to see that day, and because that, you know, the shortfall on DJI's part was that they couldn't show the 4, and Instant 360 definitely got a bonus that day because they released the Luna. Well, they didn't release the Luna, right, Bob? They kept it in a smoke glass container. A couple of people we know.
Yes.
A few people we know walked away with some to test. Like, we saw Jake Sloan and Jovi. Jeb and Dovey was there, and they're out on the road now filming with it. And Aldrin,
Aldrin
was
Estacio, Flight Path,
taking a good hard look. Aldrin was also at the Tamron booth for a good portion.
Yeah.
Also, of course, he definitely loves some of their lenses as I have. I mean, Tamron makes some beautiful glass. So. Yeah,
so every time I tried to get around to talk to Aldrin, he was in the middle of shooting another video. I mean, he probably did 10 videos on that show floor, I got to say, at least. And he has been out there for, he's really made a big presence on that, in that space there. And so then, coming back from lunch, I ran into Jake Sloan. Tom told me before I went to lunch, he said,
right.
we just
I was talking to Jake earlier.
And then I got my turkey sandwich in my hand, walking back to the table, and I run into Jake, and he follows me back to the table where we were sitting with our whole group there, and hung out with us for about 20 minutes or so, and had a great time. I know I took a picture.
If you haven't seen any of Jake's work, definitely check him out. Okay, check him out on YouTube. He's on Instagram as well. But it's Jake Sloan, Sloan. He's he's an amazing content provider up in Alaska.
He's based in Anchorage, but he goes north from there.
He's all over the place, Bob. And he does a Wednesday night Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So he definitely something to catch.
Yeah.
But he's such good people. He's so down to earth. I've shot with Jake. We shot in Calico Basin. Jake, myself, and Ken Dono. So really, really nice guy. And Jeb and Dovey, those of you that don't follow Jeb and Dovey, what's wrong with you? You got to follow Jeb and Dovey because he's an accomplished filmmaker, and
he's in the UK.
Jevon's California guy.
Oh no,
Jeb Dovey,
okay.
He's a California guy.
Who's the other guy? DM videos.
DM. That would be. Is that Darren? Yeah, that's Darren. He spends a lot of time in the U.S., Bob, and
in our desert.
He keeps on sneaking in and out of here. We gotta lasso him at some point.
Yes, he's done a lot of things at our dry lake bed out here. Yeah,
which is I'm sorry, that is you put in for an official name change on that lake bed, Bob.
What do you want it to be?
The lens, it's the Lens Capture Online Proving Grounds. Okay. So, that's a favorite spot. Right, Bob? That's a favorite spot of ours.
Oh, that's, as the moment I got a drone, that was one of the first places that you want to go, because it's, what do you think, Tom? 7-10 square miles?
Yeah, it's a huge dry lake.
Yeah,
that's
a flat out
millions of years old. I like going out there after a rainstorm because then it's the Gene not so dry lake bed.
Yeah. Okay. Then it is a lake.
Cool. But if you get there after a rain, especially in the morning when the sun's coming up, it almost looks like a mirror. Okay.
Well, Tom, I see you got this video pulled up. I want to show the video from the SkyRover here.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people tuned in because I said I had breaking news here, which there is breaking news in this video from SkyRover. So let me bring that up.
Yeah, bring that up, Bob. Let's take a look.
Okay.
That was you had a great interview with Daniel Campo.
Yep.
Daniel is the KA manager or the key account manager for SkyRover. And Bob had a nice conversation with them. So Bob, why don't you show that, man?
Let's see. Here we go. Let's see if we can bring that up here. No, I can't add to the stage, Tom. You got to drop your video off, Tom.
There you go, Bob. You should be able to add it now.
Now? No.
Well, you got two, Bob. So you got to cancel. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
You got to see Bob with an RC controller. Okay, he's much more adept with an RC controller.
Yeah.
He is.
All right. So here we go. This. Hi, old farts. It's Bob. We're out here. We're on the floor at the NAB, and I'm with Daniel Campo, who's with the SkyRover company. Daniel, say hello.
Hello, everyone out there.
We have an audience of mostly senior citizens, but I always say the term old fart is a matter of attitude, not age, okay? So there's a lot of 40, 50-year-olds out there, but so tell us about SkyRover. Why SkyRover?
SkyRover was born for a more affordable but just as effective solution that people are looking for content creation for all ages.
And you were working with a licensing agreement, is that correct?
Early on, when the companies were introduced, there was some IP sharing in the beginning, and that's kind of why you may see some similarities between the two brands and the products that they make.
Great. So SkyRover currently is being sold on Amazon and a variety of other outlets.
Oh, yeah.
And so we can freely buy them in the United States. Is that correct?
Absolutely. There are zero issues that you may have heard about with other companies with the FCC certification bans. We don't have that problem. SkyRover, both SkyRover and Extra, who make the action cameras and the small handheld gimbal cameras, there's no issues. We have full FCC certification.
Okay, and how about new products? What's coming new?
Oh, well, I don't want to get in trouble here, but I know there can be some audio-related products coming down the line.
Yes.
There could be some more drones.
Okay.
Absolutely more drones. And we're really focusing on not just the content creators that are looking for the best image possible. We'll give you that.
Yes.
But we're also trying to maintain everything below 250 grams, so it's content creation for all.
Okay.
All right. We may even dabble later on next year into the enterprise world. So site inspections, aerial surveys. We'll get
working with law enforcement and first responders.
That would be lovely. We'd love to get into that.
But you're in the consumer space.
Right. Consumer product with prosumer capabilities.
Okay, good. We are at the B&H booth. B&H, of course, if you're not familiar with B&H, is one of the largest photographic retail companies in the world. And today, SkyRover is here with B&H to show their products, and they have some special pricing here. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right now, through B&H is an NAB show special of our X1 drone, which you'll find some similarities to the DJI Mini 3 and 4. Could you hand me this? Thank you so much. So this is the X1.
Okay.
So there's a 1/1.3 inch sensor, similar to the DJI Mini 3.
Right.
They're Sony sensors. We have app control and controllers. the best in the market, on the same level with their competition.
Okay.
They come in a case.
Come with these cases.
Three extra batteries. You get that full combo for only $5.99.
That's incredible. Yes, and it's omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. You've got 360 obstacle avoidance on this.
On the X1, you have 360 degrees. Now, you're going to see the S1.
Okay.
Which is a slightly smaller image sensor.
Yeah.
This is the white one that's right over here.
That's the S1, huh?
This is the S1. It only has front and bottom obstacle avoidance.
Okay.
The front sensor is actually a 3D infrared, basically LiDAR.
Wow.
And then you've got the.
It does have LiDAR. Okay.
All right, and that one you can get at $299 for the standalone and $399 for the combo.
Wow. Okay. Well, good. And what do you think of the future of drones in the United States?
Oh, man, that is a loaded question. Very open-ended.
Yeah.
I feel like they can be used for so many things. I'm glad that the regulations, when I first started working in the drone industry, it was around 2014, 2015.
Okay.
It was the Wild West. There weren't really any regulations, and people were afraid to use them because regulations weren't set.
Yeah.
Now they are, and there is some kind of comfort knowing in what you can do and can't do. And I feel like it's going to keep getting better as we go on, as people are more comfortable with the technology and all the use cases this technology can bring.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping we have a long future. You know, I have, our audience now is 28,000 members in Old Farts, and part-time job. And, it's the reality of what's going on.
My advice to everyone, and I'm not
Hi. We have the old fart at the controls here. So, Tom, what happened to Tom? Wait, Tom, He was there, then he wasn't there, then he's there. Now he's not there. Okay, come on back, Tom. Anyway, thank you to Daniel Campo. Daniel is a account person for the parent corporation that is running two different companies right now. One is SkyRover Drones, and the other one is Extra. And I was really surprised. He I filmed that on my Pocket 3. I know Corey or somebody in the chat said Bob needs a cameraman here, but but I filmed that with the Pocket 3, and he held up the Extra Pocket camera right next to the Pocket 3, thing. And it is 100% identical. So anyway, as we know, their other products look identical, except that S1 doesn't look identical.
Smaller. There's minor changes, minor changes. But you know what? The good thing is that there is someone attempting to address the recreational market. Unfortunately, it all comes down to where the subcomponents come from and all this other good stuff. So we'll be playing a game of chess for a while with this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's the case.
Yeah.
So Tom and I also got a chance to speak with a representative of DJI that's in the Washington, D.C. office of DJI. And we got to talk about, some of the current lobbying efforts that DJI is doing and what
Correct.
We from Nevada can help with. And so as I've been, probably you guys are probably all sick of me saying this, but communicate to your lawmakers, because our segment of drone industry is the bottom rung of this totem pole, is what I feel. What do you think, Tom?
Well, see, I think, we should take some lessons from the past, right? We had complaints about RID, okay? And unfortunately, not everybody voiced those complaints. And then you gripe about it after it already gets promulgated into law. That's not the way we need to work as a community. We need to, right now, we need to speak out to the FCC, okay, yes, about what these issues are causing us. Personalize it. Hey, listen, go up to Drone Advocacy Alliance. If you can't write for yourself, okay, or you struggle with writer's block, go up there, take a look at what they have. And here's my recommendation. Don't copy and paste it, because it's not formatted for you to do that.
No.
What it's formatted as is an outline, things to cover, and personalize it about yourself. But if you're having trouble, you don't need a paid version of AI to do something with this. You can turn around. If you happen to have a copy of Microsoft Office, and you're a subscriber, it's got AI built into it. You can copy and paste and put it into Word and turn around and ask it to craft a response for you. But you can use ChatGPT, this Claude, so many you can use out there. But what you should do is, what it all comes down to is writing the prompt properly. So what you should really do is copy and paste the outline, drop it in there, and say, hey, these things affect me in this way or that way, and just however you can frame it. And then it will turn around and take that information and format something for you that you might find usable. Now, there's two ways you can go about this. You can write a long dissertation, which I tend to do with too much frequency, but you can write a long dissertation and submit it as an attachment to a comment submission. Or in the comments itself, you can do what's called the express commenting, which is basically you fill in your demographic information and your contact information, because look, anonymous submissions do nothing to help our cause. Okay. So, and they're not going to publish your contact information. Don't worry about that. But they're identifying it as that it's not, online robots submitting these. So you turn around, you can do a quick submission. You can cut and paste a paragraph or two and drop it right into that submission, that express submission form, and send it off. Your voice does matter. It really does. It doesn't matter when you don't bother.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter for you. It matters for the rest of us. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I can't personalize it any other way, but you're letting us all down if you don't do a submission and all you do is bitch and moan on the back end of this. It doesn't help us. Right?
That never helps. No,
it doesn't.
Yeah. Josh is saying in the chat here, everyone has to start somewhere, Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working alongside DJI. Yeah. We're, there's got to be solutions here. And like I say, light always wins over dark, so I believe a solution will come. I did not know that Tom Dowling is a musician and a composer. His skills have fascinated me for at least the last 3 years that we've been friends here. I just continue to get amazed, but he's been writing songs about Cornerstone Park, where the Vegas Drone meetup is held. I don't understand how, this is so, enlighten us, Tom.
Well, Bob, I think it comes down to too much idle time. I think that's the devil's tool right there. Okay. What Bob's alluding to is I'm soundtracking my videos with some help with the AI and, writing lyrics that actually mean something to the video itself. This is just this is a short right here, and a 50-second short that comes from a longer video. Bob and I and other committee members are actually going to meet with City of Henderson Park and Recreation next week. And I'm actually going to show the long video to them and actually allow them to use it for any promotions they have. Why? Because they're a huge sponsor of ours. Yes. So it's just, those little paybacks in the community, helping them out. And before anybody asks, yes, I do have a Part 107, so I can use it in furtherance of business. Hey,
I do too. Yes, we all do.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and play that, Bob.
Okay.
Oh, Bob, you know what? Before I play this, and I'm going to stop sharing for a second because me and Bob have been getting hung up on sharing stuff and forgetting that when you switch from a tab to an entire screen, it shuts off the audio, and you got to always make sure you re-enable that.
Oh.
And sure enough, it was disabled. Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we got to have this audio. Yeah. Okay.
I'll put it up and
turn the audio up.
Yeah, this is just a short. Let me know how the audio sounds.
Out by the quarry cut, the desert lets go. I turn a corner and there it is. Water where the dust should go. A wide green basin breathing, quiet as a hill note. 31 acres shine, sky filled blue. I hear my boots on gravel, and the whole world slows in. to cornerstone park. Cornerstone park, let me breathe.
Can you narrate on top, Tom?
Huh?
Can you narrate the words? It's Cornerstone Park.
Well, yeah, I'll let it run, and then I'll tell you. Just
Everything comes back to me.
So basically, all I'm doing there is I usually I try to look for some music first to get into my head, like what kind of genre and what kind of pacing I want in the video.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's nothing more than a placeholder, and then I'll discard that. But I lay out my video, and then after I basically save a 4K version, I'll export off a 480 SD version, and I'll write some lyrics. Okay. I'll give some background, like Cornerstone Park is an old quarry, basically.
Yeah.
That was filled in with debris from Hoover Dam to some degree, and also
yes,
it is now a beautifully landscaped city park.
Yes,
and it's one of the
quarry.
9. Yeah,
it was the
one
quarry
of the 9
they
parks.
built Hoover Dam from. A lot of the raw materials of Hoover Dam, when you sit there and look at that wall of, that construction, came from this quarry. This was a rock quarry, and there was a railroad that ran from this quarry to the site of where they're building the dam. And
and the railroad's still there. That's also in my video, the long form video. And what I do is I basically put together some lyrics, put together what interesting facts about it were, and then I'll bring it into AI, and I'll look. There's different products out there. Suno is something I've been using lately that I'll turn around and I'll craft my music with that, and go through a couple of iterations before I'm happy with it. And it works out. It works out. It's nice because
can you choose the singer?
You can choose different things. You can choose tone, inflection. You choose genre. You can add things like ambiance, and there's different things you can do. Look, 360 video is a different animal. Okay, you have so many creative choices, and I think one of the things that's gonna daunt some people is working with the 360 video. What do I do with this? And here's what I'm telling you, and this is the best advice I can give anybody on the Avata 360. Don't bother using single lens mode. Look, if you happen to own an Avata 2, go out and fly the Avata 2 then, if that's what you're looking for. That's not what this platform is. This is a 360 platform. And you know what? The daunting part of that is when you go into keyframe, you have so many different ways you can steer a video, basically. But there's a couple of pitfalls to that. Number one, thinking you don't really have to plan when you capture your content. And of course, when you do capture your content, being jerky or anything else like that will only be magnified, when you go into keyframing. Now, can you correct some of that in keyframing? Absolutely. But boy, you're going to spend a great deal of time tinkering. And
it's
I don't know that everybody...
new set of skills. I'd like to, one of our members in Old Farts and one of our attendees from the Vegas Drone Meetup, and we've all gotten to be friends with Phil here. Phil's got both drones. He's got the anti-gravity A1, which he is really excited about. And he also has the Avata 360. But I'd like to show, this one of the anti-gravity drone. I mean, you know, if you want to get a taste of some of the areas that we have here, you know, not even a day's drive, you know, a couple hours, 2-3 hour drive for me and Tom from here from Las Vegas, or if you're visiting here, I mean, these are some of the places where you can get into, and it's truly, I mean, it's fascinating, you know, locations that, you know, I'm sure, you know, all of us are going to be thrilled to share with all of you. But I did want to show this here, and I think Phil's in the chat. He was a little bit ago there, but take a watch at this here. This is with the anti-gravity A1. Now I do see that choppy movement you were just talking about, Tom. So I think this is a skill that a lot of people are going to have to, you know, are learning.
Well,
Don't
you know
you
what,
think?
the thing with both of these cameras is deciding how you're going to fly them, right? So, you know, one thing that you can wind up doing with this is flying it in this free view mode and looking all over the place, okay? While you're flying straight. The best thing you can do to go on a 360 video is basically do what Phil's doing right now. Ridge surfing, right? And just flying straight over the ridge. Try to be consistent with your speed.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this way you can go back and post and do different things with it. You can take different angles. You can look at different ways of presenting it.
Yeah. Great job, Phil. Great
Nice work,
job.
Phil. Nice work.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Now, Phil's done a comparison too on his channel that where he takes both the Avata 360, and we should probably not call it the Avata 360, the A360.
Well, look,
you know,
it is the Avata 360. Okay. They spent money on marketing that.
Yeah.
We have to abide by their wishes.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's, to me, yeah, that's a shortcoming.
I know that so many people recently have said it's not an Avata.
Is it? It's not a Neo Pro. Okay. It's the closest thing you can say is, hey, it is a Cinewhoop type. They're not going to name it Cinewhoop. Okay.
No.
But it's, to them, it's in the Avata family. And that's where it shows up when you go shopping on their site. Yeah. It shows up in the Avata family. So,
and, you know, of course, anti-gravity A1 is, of course, their first drone that to come to market, you know. So, you know, and in talking to them, by the way, they are telling us that they have 2 to 3 new drones in the channel. And I think that's kind of interesting to hear. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Well, we all should be looking forward to seeing that in the United States if we get to see it in the United States. Okay, so that's the big if, right? But look, as far as I'm concerned, the A1 anti-gravity A1 and the Avata 360 are 2 different drones.
Yeah,
2 different drones that shoot 360 video. Okay, now why did I choose the Avata 360? I chose it because of the ecosystem I already am heavily invested in. Right? Yeah. If you're, you know, Bob and Audrey know, being in the photography industry, that once you settle on glass, you're stuck with camera bodies at that point. It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you have heavily invested in Nikon or Canon or Sony, you're not going to switch over because the latest thing just came out with, you're a Nikon shooter. Damn, Canon just came out with 33 levels of dynamic range.
And next week Nikon's going to have 37 levels.
It's right. So what I like about this is competition, man. That we win with the competition. Now, why did I select it? Because of the ecosystem. I have the Goggles 3. I have the Motion Controller 3.
Yeah,
I have an RC2. I have all of those things, right? What I did do was I purchased the Fly More combo with the Goggles N3 and the Motion Controller 3. If I want to package my Avata 2 at some point for sale to somebody, it'll come with goggles and it'll come with the 5 freaking batteries I have for it.
Have you been reconsidering that since you've had the 360 in your hand?
Well, they are different animals. Okay. I like taking the Avata 2 for a ride. Okay. It's a fun drone. The 360, it's just the amount. The 360 right now wants me to go back and shoot everything I've ever shot before in my entire life. Okay. So it's going to keep me busy.
Do it all over,
It's going to keep me busy for a while, but also 10-bit color. And, that to me is a biggie, and D-Log M.
Shoot it all in RAW?
D-Log M. And so you can apply a Rec 709 LUT directly in DJI Studio. Plus, when you're actually flying, you'll get a color rendition on the screen instead of the flat D-Log M image. So it'll still look good while you're flying, but you can really color grade it and match it up with other things. Like I can match it up with my Mavic 4 Pro. So that and a lens replacement kit, that's a biggie.
Yeah.
So
I just posted in the chat there a link for the show. If anybody wants to jump on, okay, I've just posted in the chat the link for the show. So if you're out there and you want to feed your 2 cents in here, looks like Audrey's here. Audrey's in there.
Bob, I think you're spending way too much time fiddling around at your desk because I see Audrey asked about flying her Mini 3 Pro again.
Yes.
And I think somebody's remiss in finding
her out the door.
Yes. You better go take her someplace. Okay.
That's true. So we have to get her out there.
She's. I will be spending some more time up on the strip. I will get up there. This will be in the bag with me when I go fly on the strip next.
Yeah.
So not that I'll be using the Mavic 4 Pro to actually capture footage for
the job.
my contractor, but
yeah,
I will have the 360 with me, and I will sneak that up in the sky. Corey, you didn't hear that, man. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, you guys? You guys make me all jealous, man. I want to get a 360 now.
It's fun, man. And Chris James inspired me. I went to I'm doing a little series on all the parks in Henderson that are legal to fly. I have the whole lens capture online rating system and all, so I'm putting that together. But I went to Terrazzo Park today. Terrazzo is on the list. And Corey, it's right at the wetlands. Well, it's right before you get to the Lake Las Vegas Road that you turn off to hit the spot you guys were at.
Oh, okay.
So it's right there. Good little spot. Nice place. I shot some footage there today. Tried to shoot some footage yesterday, but almost lost my my special Avata 360 DJI branded landing pad. So when Roz and I chased that across this boardwalk, I figured, okay, maybe
we were having 25, 30 mile an hour.
Yeah, so
yesterday,
I opted not to fly yesterday, and you know that's tough for me, man. That's tough for me. But
today looks beautiful.
About it coming back at 4 miles an hour, struggling against like a 25, 30 mile an hour headwind. I figured, it might not be a good idea on the brand new drone I own.
No, definitely. Definitely don't lose that. Don't don't want to go fishing for that.
Yeah.
So what are you flying lately these days, Corey?
Well, hopefully soon a Maverick 4 Pro once I get my hands on one. But still just a lot of times the Avata 2 and Mini 3. Like I'm still out of the Mini series. That's the only one I have just because
the Mini 3 is an awesome drone.
Yeah, it packs a punch.
Killer drone. I am.
Yeah, that's an awesome
drone
with
man. That. Yeah.
And the Avata 2, Corey and I have gone out together flying that. That's always a blast to fly. Okay.
Your daughter's flying it. Okay. Your son,
got his kids flying it.
No, they love the Avata, man. That's their favorite drone to fly. So
yeah,
it's I'm trying to get it more. Oh, my daughter's turning 11, so she's 10 right now. But yeah, she's got a really good hold on picking up on the sticks right now. She's doing very well at learning it. My son, as Tom has seen, he's very impatient. He's maybe about 5-10 minutes into flying, and then he's moving on to something else.
Yeah.
So
he's Bob. He's a typical.
Yes.
He there's a squirrel coming from 20 different directions. Okay. and so he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to hang out with, though. But I do need a nap afterwards, Corey. So
how do you think I feel? Yeah, I come home, I'm ready to crash out.
That's why you have kids when you're younger, Corey.
That's why you have them now, Corey. That's it.
Yep.
And Corey, you got such a great thing to look forward to. You're gonna get to look forward to grandchildren. That is, gotta tell you, I've been through both ends. That's the best part. Okay.
Don't scare me. Don't scare me, Tom. Tom and Bob. Don't be scaring me. Don't be scaring me.
Listen, Corey, all I say is whenever my daughter actually starts most telephone conversations by apologizing, by saying, "Hey, Dad, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Why? What happened? What did you do?" "Oh, remember when I was 13 and I gave you a hard way to go? Well, guess what your granddaughter did?" And I'm like, I accept the apology. Of course, it's a full circle. Okay, so you save all those up. Don't worry, they'll all come back.
Somebody has to adopt these drones someday. And that's going to be the future grandkids.
You know what? It's great that you're getting them into it, man. It's great that you're expanding their horizon. And we need more of that.
She can have a career in drones. I mean, if she really, and if she adapts to it this fast, there's a propensity there. There's a connection to it. I mean, that's how, you get prodigies. That's the idea.
And the great thing too is like my daughter is very interested. My daughter's very interested in joining Las Vegas Metro. That's her thing. She wants to be a police officer. And I told her, hey, there's a great career in being a drone operator for Metro. So I said, go and pursue that possibly. Good foot in.
Yeah.
We need Deb to take her to work.
Exactly.
Yeah. All good. Real good. Good. Well, good.
Looking forward to the drone meetup.
While you're on, let's talk about the drone meetup, Tom.
Yeah.
We got some new.
We got a lot coming up. We got some, folks. We have a QR code out there. It's on it's on Old Farts. It's on Annual Vegas Drone Meetup. That's our official Facebook group, Annual Vegas Drone Meetup. Go up there and join. But go up to VegasDroneMeetup.com and fill out the information on there, because you want to be the first to know, because of what we're doing this year. This year, right, Bob? We learned from last year. We had a great educational day last year that we got rave reviews on. And it was an extra fee to attend each of the different workshops. But this year we thought, hey, wait a second. Why don't we offer these workshops for free to anybody who registers?
Now,
I
was inspired
very
by
ambitious. Yeah.
Greg Rivido from Pilot Institute at the event last year. He said, if these were free, we'd probably have a couple hundred people here, and I said, we might.
Bob, you and I have talked a long time about this it's almost 4 years ago, we began talking about the first annual Vegas Drone Meetup.
It took us a year and a half to talk.
Kelly Shaw had suspended spin up at that point. Okay. And we weren't going to be, we knew we had to be different. Of course, there's some great meetups out there, man. There's the South Florida Drone Meetup, the OG of meetups, right? You have the Northeast Meetup. Okay, new kids on the block, but those new kids are dynamite individuals in this community. And if you can get out there in September, I believe it's the 11th through the 13th.
Rhode Island.
I won't be able to make it this year, but that's a great event. They are so welcoming. We had a great time there last year. Great people. But Bob and I talked about being different, making sure that our meetup was distinct in different ways, and not to take away from anybody else. But one of the things that we got into early on was the STEM and STEAM education support. And then we thought, hey, wait a second. We're supporting education on the kids' side of the fence. Why don't we do some education at our event? So last year we did the workshops. Well, this year we're trying to be very ambitious, and we're looking to stage upwards of 16 different workshops. Where we, of course, have a big meeting with City of Henderson Park and Recreation next week to discuss a lot of this.
They've already said we can't wait to welcome the Vegas Drone Meetup to Cornerstone Park again this year. I've gotten that message.
We've had a wonderful relationship with them, such to the point that we actually had 6 Henderson police officers attend workshops with us last year. Okay, at our bequest. And, dealing with the City of Henderson has been a wonderful experience. They're one of our premier sponsors, Pilot Institute, Aero AI. We got a whole bunch of people. Drone Doctor is coming back. So we got a whole bunch of people who have been nothing but supported with Start RC and DJI. And, we're lucky because the last 2 years we ran things by the seat of our pants. Okay. Well, this year we put together a whole project plan, and it scared the bejesus out of us. Okay. And I'm a guy from Brooklyn saying bejesus. Okay. So that tells you there's a lot involved. And this year, what we want to do is offer the free workshops, but we're telling you, get up to the site now, VegasDroneMeetup.com, and put your name in there that you're interested in attending. And this way, when we debut the page, you can jump on it, because we have to cap how many people are in each workshop. Okay. There's a capacity limit. So when we announce it and we platform it up there, that's the time to sign up for those workshops. Okay. But not just the workshops, because then we have a social event that night at our normal spot, Parkway Tavern. We provide the first drink and the bar food, and we get together and roll up our sleeves and loosen our ties and relax and share stories and build that camaraderie. Always a good time.
Yes. You may see some amazing.
You can't drink too much.
Yeah.
because we got to be up early in the morning, because at that same location. Now, if you sleep in one of the booths, that's on you. But we're at that same location in the morning, okay, with a full menued breakfast. You get to
Yeah.
choose from, I don't know how many. There were almost a dozen
They've
items on
been
that menu,
just
right? Yeah.
spectacular at what
Great breakfast.
they do for us. I mean, just a phenomenal, well done breakfast. They bring extra cooks in for us. They bring extra wait staff in for us. Extra bartenders in for us. I mean, it's they really go out of their way to make us feel welcome.
And they do a wonderful job. Their wait staff is amazing. Their management team is fantastic and always welcoming.
Yeah.
And we do a panel discussion that morning and a big Q&A. And we're going to do some special things that morning also. Okay. While everybody's eating their breakfast, we're working out an arrangement with the AZ Drone Fest, okay, which is a fantastic film festival that happens in Phoenix, Arizona each year. We're partnering up with them, hopefully, to show all of this year's category winners at breakfast time, which is nothing but inspirational. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. And
some of you have
might
seen
even
these people.
The categories are amazing, and there's one category that you have to travel to Arizona to shoot. Okay,
has to be done on the
one of the categories is a homegrown Arizona submission, but all the others are wide open, from documentary to commercial to recreational to FPV to whatever, and those are just all of them are so inspirational. We had several people that attended our event last year. Well, Desiree, who's one of our board members, she was a nominee. Jeff Norman was a nominee. Maria Davis was a nominee. I mean, some great stuff.
A lot of people.
And
yes.
We're trying to work things out where members of the Vegas Drone Meetup, okay, will get a special discount code to submit entries to the AZ Drone Fest for 2027. And it's a prestigious award. It really is. It's a wonderful thing. They have a red carpet and all. It was a great event. And that's inspirational. So when you're at the Vegas Drone Meetup and you go to Cornerstone Park or for our big fly out in Saturday afternoon, where we give away a bunch of stuff and people get to fly with their different drones and bounce ideas off of each other. Don't bounce drones off of each other. Bounce ideas off of each other. Okay. We have a couple of food trucks out there, and we provide a voucher for the food truck. Saturday night is on you guys. We gave you an excuse to come to Vegas. Okay. The smart
ones find something to do at Saturday night in Las Vegas.
Yep.
It shouldn't be hard. If you need help figuring out what to do on Saturday night in Las Vegas, maybe you should stay home. Okay.
Well, couple up. If the locals will more than likely eat off strip. Okay?
Yes.
But that's a great night to go out, have a good time. Sunday we have our adventure day or our flyouts, right?
Yeah.
But one of the things we might capitalize on this year is, say you attend the photogrammetry and mapping workshop. Now, these are only going to be 40-minute workshops. So there'll be 4 of them offered, from 10 o'clock to 10:40. Another 4 offered from 11 to 11:40. We do a pizza lunch that day for the workshop participants. Then at 1 o'clock, another 40-minute. And then at 2 o'clock, another 40-minute. So a total of 16, 8 in the morning, 8 in the afternoon. But like, say you attend the mapping and photogrammetry. Well, the 40 minutes is going to be an overview. But guess what? On Sunday, that group and who's leading that group will announce where they're meeting on Sunday to put some of the things that were covered into practical action. So that's going to be a good coupling right there. And we'll have a bunch of different adventures that might match up with some of the workshops. So,
Yeah.
stay posted. We'll keep putting up information. And Bob, I just ran out of steam. I think I covered it all.
I think so too. We have had, just a phenomenal response from quite a few people, and I think we're going to see, I hope we're going to see just another super successful Vegas drone meetup. I do have to mention before I get off that the fall foliage drone cruise is still there. A few people have dropped off and a few people have added on, and we're still, but I understand, according to my significant other across the hall, there was still 2 cabins left. If anybody is interested, we're going from September 19th up from New York City to Boston, to Portland, Maine, to St. James, New Brunswick in Canada, and then a long haul up to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and photographing some of the most beautiful Atlantic coastlines that I understand that I had to prepare today a report for the cruise line about our anticipated fly locations and our conforming to their regulations or to their rules, which is don't fly near the ship, kind of thing. But it's really turning into be a phenomenal trip. So.
And Louisa's coming with the anti-gravity drone. She can show you.
Louisa is coming on this cruise. If you don't know who Louisa is, you will find out very soon. Louisa has been a trainer for Adobe. She's been a trainer, if those of you who are old fart age, there was a service called lynda.com. And once upon a time, way long ago, I went to lynda.com and said, I want to learn to be a Part 107 pilot. And they had a series of speeches and classes all taught by Louisa Winters. And it was probably 5 years later, I actually met Louisa Winters, and now Louisa Winters, we just had dinner at Lowry's here in Las Vegas during NAB, and she's coming on the drone cruise here, and she's a full-time trainer for Adobe, and she teaches all the new Adobe AI, and she's at NAB, she's at CES, she's at just about every major convention that Adobe goes to. Louisa is there to teach classes. So we're really honored, and it's going to be a lot of fun with her. So thank you all. The end of my commercial, but we're going to have fun, and we got room for 2 more. All right. Good deal. All right, Corey, anything you want to promote? I'm going to get ready to sign off here.
All right, guys, this is going to be the 3rd annual Las Vegas Drone Meetup.
Sin
If
City.
you haven't been...
Any Sin City tours?
We're going to be probably scheduling one here for May pretty soon. Get one maybe back out towards Lake Las Vegas or towards... not quite sure yet. We got to see what the weather looks like for the next few weeks.
Tell everybody about Sin City Drones. It's kind of a subcategory out here of a bunch of guys.
Yeah, so I just started Sin City Drone Meetups, local for Las Vegas. Again, we're going to try to do more flyouts monthly to get more local drone operators, whether or not you're recreational or Part 107. We would like to get more people involved in the community to get more together, meet people, and just give a learning experience to everybody who hasn't really had much flying time yet. Take them to good spots that might be a local area for them to begin learning or get some really good shots. Red Rock being one of them. We just did our first one. Me, Tom, and Chris James just recently went out to Lake Las Vegas. A little early, but
Yeah.
it was fun. We and got some breakfast right afterwards. Good conversation, good flying, just good company and all. And that's what it's about, trying to build a great community and just try to get more people out and meet each other. This is a good way to also get the locals to get together before Las Vegas Drone Meetup. So when people show up to the Friday event, they already have familiar faces that they can come up to and get engaged in conversation with. Somebody who's been to the first 2 annual Vegas Drone Meetups, if you're not somebody who recognizes people, you might be a little shy in trying to speak up and that's something that, you know, a lot of people should not have a problem doing. These events are amazing. The Vegas Drone Meetup is a great social event, and I think everyone will have fun this 3rd annual.
I agree.
Great,
Thanks, Corey. Good, Tom.
Yep. Well, just, you know, get out there and fly and be responsible when you fly. Have a good time. And here's my Avata 360 tip of the day. Yes, don't crash.
Don't crash.
I know somebody close to Bob would love that decal, by the way.
The person who crashed her drone on Drone Safety Day.
What? Drone Safety Day? What? Bob, that's because you got to take it to Gene. There's nothing to hit there. Okay. Look, here's a tip. Here's a DJI Studio tip, okay? And it's a basic keyframing tip. When you're making those really complex moves and stuff like that in post and you're dropping, you know, 10 different keyframes, after you run that once or twice, go back and eliminate some of those keyframes. And what you'll actually get out of that is some smoother flight.
Yeah.
Okay? So with that, just get out there and fly, because Corey, you better be careful, man. I told Bob already, I'm on the quest to fly everything I've ever flown before in my life. Okay, so you know I'm going to be tearing it up, dude. I'm tearing it up, man.
You know what would be fun is the abandoned water park again. I think that with the 360 would be a fun place to go.
The Lake Dolores.
Spot? Lake Dolores.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just have a tendency of breaking things there, Corey.
Yes.
That's the only
problem.
I know.
Yeah, my Avata 2 saw a few poles out there a few times.
Yep.
So
look, we got to do it. We got to get Bob out there too.
All right. Oh, that looks like fun. Some of you may have noticed something's different behind me here. You know, I had this large group of guitars over here, you know, and I spent a few days on reorganizing my space here. So if you haven't seen all this here, and then this wall here is 3 there, and they got a few over there, and on that wall over there. So trying to get back to normal.
Well, Corey, I've actually been in that location before Bob did all of this, and you know, you had to worry about not bringing enough breadcrumbs with you to find your way out. Okay, so this is monumental for Bob.
Yes, it is. So
it's a beautiful office.
Thank
nice.
you. It's my little man cave, you know.
Mine's decorated by the beautiful wife. So
Oh, cool. All right, everyone. Hey, we sure appreciate you showing up here. Thank you so much. All right. We will see you in 2 weeks, okay? And we will, have more fun then. All right. Thank you all. Go Knights, go. Tonight
go
is
Knights.
Game 5. All right. We got to make it.
Let's do it.
Let's win.
Take care, everyone.
Win, baby, win.
Yes. I'm pushing